Oh boy. Oh boy. Is this a messy Monday for you? Ooh, I hope not. If there was ever a day to have a messy Monday, I suppose that the Monday after the 4th, which began so early in the week last week that, if temptation was something that was nipping at your heels or your ankles, I hope you didn't succumb to it. But if you were weak, then last week was a tough week to be weak, right? So here it is. It's Monday. It's July 8th. The 4th began on Thursday. I know that as far as the Cape goes, it got really cranking up this whole week because, a lot of people that take a vacation take a whole week. And so beginning, on Wednesday, the day before, the travel was just crazy, crazy, crazy. And, I begin to get a sense of, or I've begun to get a sense of what it's like to be a traveler and have at the mercy, all of the things that if you're home and you have your little food routine and just all the comforts of home, it's so much more easy to be abstinent, isn't it? And if you're not entertaining, it's just another ordinary day, a wonderful ordinary day. I never mean ordinary in the sense of boring, ho hum. I mean it in the sense of things are pretty predictable and it's nice that way, right? Do you have your cuppa? Mm-hmm. Vitacup. Genius. Think it's helping? I don't know. So here you are, and you might have had one heck of a few days, or maybe just a couple of little slip ups. I always found for me when I was tending to dabble in the things I shouldn't have, that if it was one day, it was quite hop back onto the plan that I was doing and behave myself. But if it started getting like leaking around the edges and getting kind of messy, hence the messy Monday, then I was in trouble from day 2 on. And by day 3, being messy was who I was. It wasn't, I wasn't the clean and abstinent Sarah from before. This is all before low carb, high fat, keto, and now just about, 98% carnivore. It wasn't before those things, because once I hit those things, I stayed pretty darn abstinent. Same with Weight Watchers. When I was doing Weight Watchers, I stayed within my points, and I was clean and abstinent for whatever Weight Watchers was. But before then, when it was like that 1,000 calorie diet where I got to pick what I wanted, sometimes it meant 1,000 calorie dessert to go with the 1,000 calorie meal, which was not the OMAD plan, if you're getting my gist. So, okay, so today is a messy Monday. You feel bad. You feel bad physically. Your gut feels bad. It didn't taste any better. It wasn't any really fun, after the fact, those few minutes of, you know, oh, this is so good. I'm so glad I had this. I won't mind. All that stuff is past, and now you're stuck with you and the feelings that you might have against yourself. No sense in taking a wet noodle or some more and smashing it in your face. There's no sense in going over the history of the recent foods that you might not have had you been home and strict and not around all the people and the temptations. But you did it. And, you're not a failure. Don't hate yourself. I know that's self-loathing. Why would I do almost 3,000 videos if I if I didn't know self-loathing personally and intimately, but not much anymore. Being carnivore has really helped with all of that. It's like, how are you going to vary your food plan? Well, I'm going to get a different kind of organic egg. I'm going to get Vital Farms instead of Pete and Jerry. Or I'm going to get Finlandia pasture-raised butter instead of Kerrygold. Those are my, or a different type of cheese, right? Those are my choices. So I hope you didn't have a messy Monday, but if you did, this is what I suggest. Do you have to follow my suggestions? Heck no. But this is what I would suggest. Not eating for as long as you can. You know, if you're a 2-meal-a-day person and today is Monday, see if you can have just one meal. See if you can have just a lot of mineral water, maybe just some coffees, even if you have to put your lightener in it, your whitener in it, and your choice of sweetener in it, if you have it that way. Just getting away from the chewing part of what you did and how you were for the last few days. It would be very hard for me to lose my momentum, like say Wednesday night, 4th of July Eve, and then think that by Friday I could regain it. It's kind of hard to stop the momentum of cheating, treating, hurting myself, sabotaging myself. So here you are, it's Monday. Maybe even might even have to wait until tomorrow. But the less you eat, the more, is there going to be withdrawals? Are you going to feel hungry? Is it going to be a white knuckler? Especially if you had sugar and grains, not just too much of the good stuff. And so you can expect these things to happen. These are the consequences of a messy Monday, of eating things that weren't on your food plan before. You're not a hateful person. You shouldn't be, hung publicly for doing it or put into the stockades. None of that kind of stuff. We're human. We succumb to it. You learned a lot. And the fact is, if you learned that, oh yeah, I am a sugar addict. Oh yeah, I am a carb addict. All those things about yourself over these past few days, good. Sometimes it's a long, drawn-out lesson that makes us smarter, wiser, and more ready to do our food plan, because we see all of those non-scale victories that we might have been enjoying before we started slipping, cheating, and treating, right? So, hopping back on, all is not lost. Do not play the scale game if you can. That's just a suggestion, I know. But if you feel fat and bloaty and those kicky little white pants, your little belly protruded and really never came back, so the shirt that you're going to wear tucked in ended up outside of it. I know all the things that happen. Forget about bathing suits. Thank goodness that I don't do those anymore. But so there's some consequences. There's some icky feelings. The clothes didn't feel so hot. Of course you jumped on the scale. Of course you're anxious to jump on the scale today to see if anything's been lost. Just, uptake your vegetables, uptake your minerals and your liquids, maybe mineral water, maybe just some good water, throw some lemon in it, but just doing those things that matter and that you need to just give your body, your gut, your metabolism a rest. You had your fun, it's over, and now, the debt collector is coming round and yourself, maybe you're back at work already with what you need to do, then that's okay. Just do what you can. If you have to have something to eat, make them hard-boiled eggs. Make some hard-boiled eggs and have them, a cheese stick or two. Just something to fill the belly if you feel that you couldn't do it without it. Otherwise, just having liquids is really a great place to be and treat your body just for the day. Maybe have an abstinent meal at the regular time you would have your dinner or your OMAD or the second part of your 2-MAD day. Just something to get you away from all of that. Maybe try to do it again. Maybe this is a great time to learn OMAD, right? Maybe. So don't beat yourself up. Don't feel icky. You can confess it here, getting it off your chest, off your shoulders, out of your head, and see what happens. Maybe people will offer suggestions. It's not the end of the world. It might feel that way. You might want to kick yourself, but don't. It's a so what. Maybe you gave yourself permission and came out of it okay, maybe with the added adult beverages, maybe with some of those desserts that we see on the table laid out, talking to us, maybe plan for it. And it's not that bad. Maybe you had like 6 diet sodas over the last few days, and that's making you feel bad. Maybe it was the foods. Maybe, all of a sudden something just popped into your mouth, and that was it. I know that I'm one bite away from a disaster, and that one bite is too much, and 1,000 bites is never going to be enough. That's how it is for me, because I'm a sugar and carb addict to the core, and I don't want to light up my brain with what seems like a good idea at the time. I know about consequences and hangovers and withdrawals. Lord knows at 68, I had my quota, your quota, and maybe my whole street's quota. I just know. And I'm sure that you do too. But accept the human part about you and just move on. But give your stomach a break. Give your metabolism a break. Just maybe liquids today. Maybe a smaller meal. Maybe just a reduced food intake. You'll feel better in a day. You will. And the shame, remorse, self-loathing will slowly fade. And hopefully it will be replaced by good decisions and an abstinence that you can fully embrace, because now you've seen what happens when you're not maintaining your food plan, maybe tracking for the next few days. Who knows? But coming out of it and being okay with yourself. Don't beat yourself up. Just learn, learn, learn. There are tons of lessons in there. So, Messy Mondays have a reason. You can confess down below. You can ask for help down below. You never know. Thank you so much for watching. I love being here. I love my community. And I'll see you the next time. This has been Sarah, Pearls of Wisdom and Food, with mostly carnivore, low carbs on a messy Monday in July. Bye-bye for now.